Hi guys, Dazzie here with another comic book haul. Yeah, this is episode 74, a second comic book haul of the week. Thanks to my new friend from Pittsburgh. Yeah, he's a Steelers fan like myself. JT Rogers sent me a fantastic AOK. I've got a huge haul here, guys. 49 books in all to show you. Various sources. Like I said, I'm going to pinpoint 3 books from JT Rogers that he sent me during the week in a fantastic AOK. LCSs, antique centres, eBay, car boots, even a small con that I went to. Got some bronze, I've got some silver, moderns, they're all here guys. Tons of keys. Let's get into them. I'll go as quickly as I can. Like I said, received an AOK in a week from JT Rogers, all the way from America. He lives in Pittsburgh, and fantastic guy, really is. He sent me a huge package of books and also some fantastic newspaper clippings from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, amongst others, and showcasing the Steelers Super Bowl wins in 2006 and 2009. And yeah, that is something you can't get in this country. I'm blown away by your generosity, my friend. Like I said, in a few weeks I'm going to be putting something together and sending them your way. Sent me a ton of first appearances, including Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur 1 and first Penny Parker, amongst some of them. But these books really stood out to me. This is a Spider-Man Homecoming. And this reason I'm showing this, guys, this was only available at Toys R Us. It was a promotional giveaway. So that is really cool. And it's nice to add Jeffrey the Giraffe to my PC. Very cool little promotional giveaway there. That garners some coin on eBay. It's at least a £20 book. This was nice. First off, it was a title that I didn't know about from Source Point Press, and that is Hope. But the reason that this really hit a note with me is it is the Three Rivers Comic Con exclusive from Pittsburgh. So thanks a million for that. A couple of people have told me that's a good read, so I'm looking forward to having a look at Hope. And the last one I'm going to talk about is just this one. It is a gaming convention incentive. Rick and Morty, Pocket Like You Stole It. And I believe this could well be a 1 in 50. This goes for some coin on eBay. This is around about a £70 book. So a million thanks to you, mate. Can't thank you enough. Okay, on to the books that I have picked up for myself during this last couple of weeks, and there are a ton. First off, I picked up this. This was just a freebie in my LCS. It is a Young Guns sketchbook. Thought I didn't have this one. I'm putting a run together of this because, as you know, I'm a huge Jessica Jones fan, and she doesn't appear in too many comics, but one title she did appear in was Pulse. And I didn't think I had issue 8, but I already did. Picked that from a car boot Tony, in fact, for £1. Oh no, actually it wasn't car boot Tony this time. No, a different guy, but £1 it was. Picked this one up for £1. Another one that I'm hoping to make a couple of quid on. This is Battle Scars issue 1. This is the first appearance of Agent Coulson, you know, from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that lot. This is first appearance. And yeah, he isn't named in this, but it's certainly him. And I think it's also Nick Fury's son in this one as well, if I'm not mistaken. First appearance. In my LCS in Cheltenham, they got a 50p section. I've done alright out of that. I've flipped a few. This is Soldier Zero, but the reason I picked it up, it's a Stan Lee book. Stan Lee book. As you can see, it is signed by him, and that is from Boom Studios. So I just thought that was a little bit interesting. The fact that Stan Lee has put himself on a different company. Don't know anything about it. Soldier Zero. Property from Scout Comics has been optioned. It's on its way by all accounts, and that is Long Lost. I've picked up issue 1 and I've sold 1 or 2 of those already. But this is issue 2. 50p, I couldn't leave it there. Long Lost issue number 2. Talking of 50pers, a third copy for me, and this is going to be my keeper, I think, because this is pretty high grade if I'm not mistaken. This is Little Bird, issue 1. There's a bit of buzz about this on the forums. They think this has got option written all over it. It's already gone to multiple printings, but this is the first printing for 50p, Little Bird. It follows a young rebel fighter who battles against an oppressive American empire. It is very brutal, very violent. I wasn't a huge fan of the art, but yeah, it's got an audience. Up next, Planet All Stars. My friend Aaron, who runs the shop, he's been very good to me, been letting me have some good deals on books. This is Justice League issue 20. This goes for a few quid. This is the middle connecting cover of a 3 set. I've already sold a 3 set in the past, made a few quid on that. But yeah, this is also the first appearance of the Justice League of Tomorrow. But this is the middle connecting cover, like I said. All 3 look really nice together. Would I pick that? 2 quid for that. Another 2 quidder. This title had a bit of buzz. I've actually got the incentive, so if this ever hits the screen and they think it's got a chance, this could be a nice little earner. This is Dark Red, issue 1 from Aftershock. This is the first printing. 2 quid for that one. Up next, 50p again, back to my other LCS, which is in Cheltenham. Picked up this one, a variant cover, because this one has been optioned. This is coming to the screens at some point on Netflix. This is Sharky the Bounty Hunter. This is basically a sci-fi tale from Mark Miller that is already headed to production about a blue-collar bounty hunter who tracks criminals across the universe in his souped-up rocket-powered ice cream truck. And this is the Carl Kershey variant cover. Read this book. Pretty good stuff, actually. Again, mature audiences. This is a book I failed to show in my last haul video, but I've got every issue. I started off with Rags, then this one came out from Antarctic Press, and I'm following this through at the moment. I don't know how much longer for. This is Punchline, issue number 7. I think it is wrapping up. This could be the final issue. But there is a crossover coming with Rags and Black Hops and Punchline all together. Back to Planet All Stars. Picked this up for cover price. Glad I did. This was a bit of a shocking panel at the end of this book. It has a death. I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't read it already. But this is Batman, City of Bane, issue 77. And like I said, there is a death in this book, which has at one point pushed this book close to £20 an issue. Happy to get that. That was the only one in the LCS. Next, I picked up a couple of copies of this. I made a hot book alert about this at one point, and it's still undervalued in my opinion. I can see this book having some steam later on. And this is Captain Marvel, issue 8, the second printing. As you can see, it is the first appearance of Star on the cover. So I've got an issue of this up for sale at the moment. And they recently added Star. That wasn't initially not going to be on there. The second printing, like I said, a couple of copies of that. Ton of books to get through. Missed out on the first printing, and also, of course, missed out on issue 51. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue 95. The second printing, the first cover appearance of Jennica, I believe, as a turtle. And this is a cover art by Ben Johnson. Again, that is an underrated book, I think. 51 and 95, the first prints are going crazy at the moment. Okay, so then I went to a little con in Cheltenham. I don't know if you saw my roaming video, but there I met the Rick and Morty artist, who was Mark Ellerby. Nice guy. Took along one of my books and he signed it for me. This is Rick and Morty issue number 37. Now I believe this is the first appearance of Pickled Rick in a Rick and Morty, in the Rick and Morty series, and there is Mark's signature there. I have a photo with him, which I'll post on Instagram at some point. That's a X-Men 141 homage cover. I think Mark Ellaby did pencils on that book. Now, like I said, there was only one real seller there, so I didn't do great, but it was all about taking the kids for a day out, really. Picked this one up for a couple of quid. This is Avengers No Surrender, issue 676. I've already sold one or two of these. This is the first appearance of the Lethal Legion, I believe. Is it Lethal Legion? Legion of something or other. Bad guys, anyway. This was a nice find. What did I pay for it? £1.50, I think, something like that. This is Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 5. First cameo appearance of Starling, who was the daughter of Vulture. Some Tombs, can't remember her name. Like I say, that's up for sale. I've got some watchers already. I picked this up. Well, I picked it up, but already sold it. So this is my copy. But for £2, I picked up a Justice League Dark issue 1. Always a good book, that one. Very, very underrated. I feel certain that Justice League Dark will hit the DC Extended Universe on the big screen at some point. As you've been following me, I picked up Strange Adventures issue 205 recently, the first appearance of the Dead Man. £1.50. I was really happy to find this, a second copy, and this is Rat Queens issue 1, the first printing, first appearance of the Rat Queens. Yeah. This was optioned a long time ago for an animated series. It is a mature book. I quite enjoyed the read, actually. Good stuff. Image Comics, that. Goes for a bit of coin. Okay, so moving on. Picked up a couple, like I say, I don't pick up new books unless they've got a bit of buzz to them, and this one has. This is Pretty Violent, issue number 1. Just picked it up to flip it, really. This is Pretty Violent, like I say, issue 1, and I think this is the Ryan Otley variant. That is a pretty full-on cover, isn't it? Another title I was happy to find in my... pick that for cover, sorry, by the way, Pretty Violent. And the same, I picked this one up for cover too, and this goes for a little bit. This was a top 10 book at one point from Image, Coffin Bound, issue number 1. Again, just a flip book. Won't be staying in my PC, I don't think. But it's got a bit of buzz. Pretty low printed. One book, new book I will be keeping for now, is this one. I love the cover. Once and the Future, issue 1, the first printing from Boom Studios. Now, I don't really understand the buzz that the second and third printings, I know they're lower printed, but wouldn't you rather have the first printing? I paid $6.99 for this the day it came out. I mean, obviously I've overpaid, but Place and Space are now charging a little bit extra. They used to do books at cover price on eBay, but not so much now. But like I say, that is a £10 book, and I can only see that improving. That's a long-term hold, I think, this one, guys. With all these multiple printings, they've got something in the works, so I feel certain that that is going to be optioned. I made a hot comic book alert about this. Oh, I'm so angry. I was following this bidding thing on eBay, and for some reason I missed it. And I made a hot comic book alert on this from Boom Studios, The Empty Man. Now this is, I thought when I picked this up, I got a steal, because I only paid what I paid, £3.15. But even this book is a £10 book now. But this is the second volume, and the first volume I was following the other day went for £1.04, and that is the red cover from volume 1. And whoa, was I ever annoyed with myself? But there we go. Empty Man has just been optioned. And I think it has been optioned by Disney, if I'm not mistaken, which is very bizarre. Okay, back to the Con in Cheltenham. Just picked up a couple, but they've got some corner crunches. I didn't even notice really. Um, what were they? £2 a piece, I think. So I can't. No, £1.67. So I can't complain. Thor: God of Thunder issue 8. I know this God of Thunder run is all pretty pricey. This is the first appearance of the Goddesses of Thunder team, and basically Thor's future granddaughters. And this is Elisif and Frigg. And to go with that one, I picked up issue number 19. Again, £1.66. First appearance of Dario Agger, the shape-shifting CEO of Roxxon in human form. He becomes a Minotaur, I think, in issue 20. The first cameo of Old Galactus, and this is an Isab Ribbich cover. Very nice, those covers. Back to my LCS in Gloucester, Planet All Stars, and picked up a run of. They had a new box in, and I had a little pick through, and I picked up one or two good things, and it was a steal really because they worked out at £1.8 a book. First up, we have Tales of the Green Lantern Corps, issue number 1. First appearance of a ton of Green Lanterns. Most importantly is Aricia Rab. You got Apros, Brock, Edor, Pantara Rab, Geek, Charisma, Skurd, Tyler. The first appearance and death of Spectrum. It's the origin of the Green Lantern Corps and the Guardians of the Universe. Guardians of Oa. That book was quite hot for a little while. And to go with that, I picked up issue number 2. This is the first appearance of Necron, the Lord of the Unliving. And he is capable of raising the dead. It's also the first appearance of Green Lantern Gallius Zed and Modana, and the death of Green Lantern Stell. Again, £1.8. Nice Bronze Age early issue. Daredevil issue 120. This is the first appearance of El Jaguar, who is Ramon Del Rico, and it includes the Marvel value stamp 99 Sandman. If I can knock off early bronzers for £1 or £2, yeah, why not? Up next, you can never find this book. It's mid-grade, if that. It's got a bit of spine roll, but Web of Spider-Man issue 70. It's a placeholder for now. First appearance of Spider-Hulk. Yeah, Spider-Hulk. That was Peter Parker who was Spider-Hulk. And this was a nice find for cover price. This is now a £20 to £25 book. I thought the days were gone of finding it for cover, but I did. Venom issue 9. The first full appearance of Dylan Brock, son of Eddie Brock, and apparently going to be a big player going forward in the Venom titles. Like I say, easy £20 book that. I ummed and ahed about getting this book because I'm not the biggest Star Wars collector, although I'm a big Star Wars fan of comics. But the reason I picked it up, because this had a bit of buzz at one point when that last bang average Star Wars film came out, The Last Jedi. This book was hot because Star Wars issue 49, The Last Jedi, is on the cover. It's also the death of Jedediah. But like I said, £4 for that. So yeah, can't complain. Again, that is a £15 book. Back to £1.8. And this is a nice find. I could never find this one anywhere, not even at cons. Sleepwalker, issue number 1. The first appearance of Sleepwalker, who is Rick Sheridan. And it's also the first cameo appearance of 8-Ball, who was Jeff Higgs on the television. First appearance of Elisa Conover, Mr. Epstein, Mrs. Epstein, and Rambo, the dog. The final £1.8 pickup from the shop was a good one. Again, I nearly pulled the trigger at about £10 on eBay at one point, but I'm glad I didn't. For what I picked up from Image, Excellence. Excellence. Basically, a secret society of black magicians exists to better their lives of others, but one man sees that the system is flawed and fights to create a better future. This is the regular Kerry Randolph and Emilio Lopez cover. This one has been optioned as well. Apparently it is in production. Okay, onto the final pile of books, and this is my favourite pickups of the last week. I've just started watching The Boys. Oh my days. How good is that programme? That is fantastic. That is right up there as one of the best ever superhero shows for me. Don't know what you think, guys, but I've been picking up some of the minor keys. I picked up issue 7 and 24, I think, the other day. They're going to be characters in those issues that are appearing in season 2. But I picked up some more of the earlier books. This is issue 19 of The Boys from Dynamite, and this is the first appearance of Lamplighter. Now, Lamplighter has been talked about in the show. So it's the first appearance of Mr. Marathon and Greg Mallory. That is issue 19. Following on, we have issue 20. The first appearance of G-Men. G-Men in this one. Again, they're all spec books for me that could well be appearing in season 2. Up next, issue 23. The first appearance of Silver Kincaid, and that is the John Cassidy regular variant. Up next, issue 25, and the first appearance of Nubia. So if you guys don't know about these guys, I would try and pick these up for cheap if you can, because I only paid £1.50 each for these. I wouldn't overpay for them, but I think they're good spec books for season 2 of The Boys. And my final issue, happy to pick this one up, issue 72. This is the final issue of The Boys. Yeah, so I couldn't leave that there. I might at some point go back and pick them all up, because they're all in this charity shop I know about. And this has the Masks 1 preview in it. Okay, I made a hot book alert on this. There is a G.I. Joe film coming. And the film is not the Snake Eyes one that a lot of people are talking about. There is another one coming. And it is about a character called Chuckles. And G.I. Joe issue 60 is his first appearance. The first appearance of Chuckles, who is Philip M. Propfest. And it's also the first appearance of Falcon and Monkey Wrench. Okay? Look out for this. What did I pay for it? £6. I can see this book blowing up big time if that G.I. Joe film is a hit. First appearance of Chuckles. I was in my friend's antique place the other day. Hasn't brought it too much for me to get excited about of late, but found this one. It was on for £4.50. Let me have it for £3 because he's a good friend, my mate Lee. And this is Marvel Chillers issue 1. Nice 25 center, bit of Bronze Age here, guys. £3. This is the first appearance and origin of Modred the Mystic, and the first appearance of Chithon was referred to as the Other. First appearance of Javasi, Grant Whitaker, Janet Lighton, and Lady Janice. I also have issue 3 of this run, which is the Tigra origin, I believe. Okay, I'm going to finish with some silver and bronze. Whilst at that Cheltenham Con, I picked this one up. It is a character in my encyclopedia. I didn't even know this was a one and done character, but it's old school. I paid £9 for it. It's probably about what it's worth. It's a low grade, probably about a 3.0, I'd say. Incredible Hulk, issue 121. The first appearance and death of Glob. And the Glob is Joseph Timms. £9. It's only staples, as Dazzie says. That's all you can ask for, really. Literally, it was a case of you get there, and I didn't want to come away empty-handed, so why not? And I was angry about this. This was a much nicer copy, but I got a tape pull on it on the front cover. It didn't do too much damage, but whereas the book was probably a 4 or 5, it's probably like a I don't know, 2.5 now, 2.5. I only paid £4 for this. An underrated book, I think. House of Mystery, issue 156. As you can see, guys, that's the tape all there, look, sitting in. But £4, I might upgrade it at some point. This is the first appearance and origin of Robbie Reed, aka Dial H4 Hero. Nice 12-cent book there for £4. Don't leave it, could I? My last pickup from the Cheltenham Con was this one, but you know what? You get the book home. I made the mistake, the cardinal sin. I'm not flipping through the book because the centrefold is detached. Excuse me, but I can't complain really. For £9, I picked up World's Finest issue 173, the first Silver Age appearance of Two-Face. Yeah, well, it's Batman as Two-Face. It's not Harvey Dent, but this is classed as a pretty important key. So £9. Again, it's probably what it's worth. So yeah. Was it £9 or was it like 6 or 7? I can't remember. Okay, this was an encyclopedia character, and I thought to myself, if I find Silver Age books for fine and they're in my encyclopedia, I don't mind paying up to £20 an issue. I think the guy had it on for 24, and I offered 16, and he took it, which was nice of him. Good guy actually, an older gentleman who actually sent me a note saying he actually picked this book up off the rack in 1969, which was great. It presents very nicely. It was a great read as well. Very unbelievable, but great read. This is Brother Power, the Geek, issue 1 from DC Comics. You don't see this book in too many halls. Yeah, first appearance of Brother Power, the Geek. Basically, he was like a mannequin doll dressed up. He got struck by lightning, a bit like a Flash, and suddenly he was helping the hippies, as they say in the comic book. Yeah, he was part of the hippie gang, and he fought off all the baddies that were attacking him. Really cool book. So for £16, I'm happy with that. Nice 12 center. 2 books to finish with, and I've got them for a steal, I think. First up is a team that appeared recently in a Marvel Cinematic Universe film. So we're talking pretty important. And for £8 only, I picked up a nice grade of supernatural thrillers featuring the Mummy, issue number 8, guys. And a lot of you will know what this is. This is the first appearance of the Elementals. Yeah, the Elementals who appeared in the Spider-Man Far From Home movie. And the Elementals are Magnum, Hellfire, Sapphire, and Hydra. Of course, they were being used by Mysterio, but they were the Elementals by all accounts. Yeah, so pretty cool, and that includes the Marvel Value Stamp Series 1, issue, number 36, the Ancient one. And that is at least a 6.57, I would say. That book was £100 at one point. It's come down a little bit, but still pretty pricey. And my final pickup, again, I think for a steal, got a couple of quid knocked off of what it asked for. And this is my favourite series, and I got it for £11.45. In this grade, it's easily a £30 plus book, I believe, and that is Showcase Presents number 74. Yeah, nice graded book. Again, at least a 6. The first appearance of Anthro, guys, and the first appearance of Embra. So yeah, some pretty good books. Key after key after key in that haul. That is going to be my last haul until next weekend, where I go to the Worcester Con. So if any of my UK fans are out there and you fancy meeting me up at the Worcester Con on the Saturday, the 14th of September, I will be there. As I check my subscriptions right now, I am sat at a world record 724. Thanks to everybody who subscribes to me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, ding that bell, because they're always coming, my vids, always. Thanks a million. That's Daz over and out. Oh, that's Bane in Clayface. Bye for now.